Hi, Eric with Rockin Farm Toys. Today we're going to assemble the Generation 2 hoist. This is a brand new design that I'm pleased to release, and it fits DCP trucks very well. So let's get to work. To assemble your new hoist, you'll need to have a couple of modest tools. One is a side cutter, an X-Acto knife, super glue, and a toothpick. Those are the basic tools that you'll need. Also, you'll need a 1/16 inch drill bit, which will show why you'll need that in a few moments. The first thing you'll need to do is cut the parts away from the sprue. For that, I'll take the side cutter and I'll get as close as I can to the individual parts without cutting the part. And if it helps, remove the pieces first individually and then go in and trim as close as you can. Then you can come in with your X-Acto knife and trim even closer. Once all the parts are trimmed, you can go ahead and drill all these holes out with a 1/16 inch bit. The reason for that is there will be residue left from the printing process inside the hoist body, and then the holes aren't printed perfectly to size. We'll go ahead and pin those together with a 1.3mm rod, and as you can tell, it doesn't quite fit. So the 1/16 inch hole gives you just enough room to make that rod fit and everything come together real nicely and operate. For safety, I hold all the parts with a small plier. All the holes have been drilled out. You do want to be careful that you don't drill through the ram body. You can only go approximately 3/8 of an inch deep. Now you can see that the ram fits into the body. It's pretty tight yet, so you can even go up one more size to get that to work smoothly. For assembly, you're going to start with the bottom piece of the lift body. You'll notice back here there's a small piece of plastic. This will be pointed toward your truck bed. The top part of the lift arm will go in that hole. You'll notice there's another hole here in the front of the top lift arm. That is for the ram. All you'll do is assemble that and pin it. This small piece will be what attaches to your truck bed. Merely put that at the top of the lift arm. I'm going to go ahead and shoot a coat of paint over these pieces. That way, when I go and glue together, the glue will not be as likely to spread throughout the piece and then glue parts together. So I'll shoot some paint and then we'll come in and put a dab of glue on all of these parts and then trim away the excess rod. One thing nice about 3D printed products is, due to the porous nature of the material, you can shoot paint across this piece and the paint will actually bleed through the whole piece, and that's been kind of nice. So you can assemble it, then paint if you so choose. I wouldn't recommend that for every 3D printed product you might be using, but for something small like this, it does work well. I went ahead and shot paint on our hoist, and as I mentioned before, you can shoot paint over these 3D printed items when they're assembled. Now you'll notice, and you may not be able to see it in the camera shot very well, but I did cheat a little bit, and you'll notice that in a hurry I didn't get paint on the back side of the hoist. So if you do go ahead and paint these assembled, do take your time and be careful to get paint everywhere. You can see down the side you have this nice color of blue, and then on the inside and then on the back side I didn't take enough time because I wanted to get the video shot for you, and it didn't turn out quite as nice. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and trim away any excess parts of the 1.3 millimeter rod. I'm just using my side cutter. You can come in with an X-Acto knife or some other sharp type of knife and do the same thing. Then we'll be ready to glue it together. As mentioned previously, it is important that when you glue these together that there is some paint or some sort of sealant over these parts, or else you'll glue your parts together, as the 3D printed items are porous and the glue will seep through the piece. All I did was take a little bit of glue on a toothpick. I put super glue on some wax paper, and it just takes a little bit, not much at all. And actually I only glue one side. These don't receive a lot of stress, so I don't put a lot of glue over it. Now wait for that to dry and we can assemble it on the frame or attach it to a truck. The Rockin Hoist was designed to fit inside this frame. This frame is very nice when you're attaching a grain bed to a truck. The reason for that is the truck bed sits too close to the frame rails on the trucks, and the tires can rub up against your bed and it doesn't look quite right. It sits too close. So this frame was designed to give just the right amount of space so your truck bed will attach to the frame, your hoist attaches to the frame, and the whole thing can be glued right onto the truck. It makes it very slick and a neat way to attach it. This sells separately, as well as the hoist, or you can buy the whole thing complete in a Rockin and dump grain truck bed. So it works very slick and is designed together. So buy this part separately or buy them together as you wish. Thanks for watching another Rockin video.